The Chinese and Cambodian armed forces, taking part in the Golden Dragon 2025 joint drill, conducted live-fire exercises, Chinese state media CCTV reported on Saturday. According to Associated Press, the joint military drill started on May 14 and marks Cambodia's latest and largest joint drill with China, with land, sea, and air operations conducted. The initial exercise was in 2016, marking deepening relations between Cambodia and China, while Cambodia cancelled similar exercises with the United States. Cambodian officials recently proposed reviving exercises with U.S. forces, after Washington in the past year has sent several high-ranking military and civilian officials in an effort to increase its influence. Cambodia is China's closest ally in Southeast Asia. Beijing has helped fund an expansion of the Ream Naval Base on Cambodia's southern coast, raising worries it could become a strategic outpost for the Chinese Navy in the Gulf of Thailand. Cambodia has repeatedly denied any agreement granting China special privileges or the establishment of a foreign military base. German Bundeswehr has sent its new Armored Brigade 45 to Lithuania to boost the defense of NATO's eastern flanks and counter Russian aggression. This marks Germany's first troops deployment in Europe since the end of World War II. About 400 German soldiers are stationed in Lithuania, with the number of the brigade's personnel planned to grow to 500 by the end of the year and about 5,000 personnel by late 2027. According to a spokesman for the German Ministry of Defense, soldiers have already begun initial training and exercises, and these activities will be further intensified in the coming months. We are determined, together with our allies, to defend NATO territory against any threat. We must do everything to defend ourselves, so that we never have to, Chancellor Friedrich Merz said alongside Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda in Vilnius on Thursday while inaugurating the deployment of permanent troops in Lithuania. This day is the beginning of a new era, the German leader added, describing the deployment as Berlin's commitment to protect European freedom from any aggressor. Merz praised Baltic governments for recognizing the growing Russian threat. The deployment comes amid growing fear of a Russian attack on Lithuania and the two other Baltic countries Estonia and Latvia that are members of NATO and the EU. The newly established brigade is based in Rudninkai, about 30 kilometers south of the capital. Reports have indicated that drones have attacked on the Severny Air Base in Ivanova. The regional operational headquarters of C. Ivanova confirmed that debris fell on the outskirts of the city but did not specify the exact location. Russian Defense Ministry claimed that 112 Ukrainian drones had been intercepted and destroyed over various Russian oblasts and temporarily occupied Crimea. In particular, 24 UAVs were downed over Moscow Oblast, 18 over Tula Oblast, 11 over Kursk Oblast, 8 each over Oryol and Bryansk Oblasts, 6 over Ryazan Oblast, 5 over Kaluga Oblast, 3 each over Belgorod and Ivanova Oblasts, 2 over Vladimir Oblast, 1 each over Voronezh and Lipetsk Oblasts and 22 over temporarily occupied Crimea. Recall: drones have attacked a battery factory in the city of Ilyets in Russia's Lipetsk Oblast, causing fires. BBC News Russian surmised that Ukrainian drones had attacked a battery factory in Ilyets. Lipetsk Oblast Governor Igor Artemonov stated there had been a fire in an industrial zone. Local residents had written in social media groups about several drone hits on the Energia factory, a producer of batteries and accumulators. The factory lists the Russian Defense Ministry as one of its clients on its website. Artemonov reported that drones had been allegedly suppressed in the sky over Ilyets. Debris fell in the industrial zone, resulting in a burst of light. Emergency services are working at the scene and people are being evacuated, he told. Artemonov also claimed people had been injured in a drone crash in the industrial zone in Ilyets. Meanwhile, Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported other drones, claiming they were shot down while flying toward the capital. As earlier reported by Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation at the National Security and Defense Council, stated that the Energia plant in Ilyets, Lipetsk region, was attacked. The facility, which produces components for UAVs, Iskander and Kinzhal missiles, and electronic warfare systems, suspended operations following the strike. The authorities of the occupying country, the Russian Federation, have given an urgent order to drive military equipment into the center of Moscow, while reinforced posts with equipment specially equipped with electronic warfare systems have been set up near the Kremlin. This happened after a massive attack by Ukrainian UAVs, the Moscow Times Telegram channel reports, citing Russian sources. It is reported that electronic warfare equipment has been deployed on the Bolshoi Kameny and Bolshoi Moskvoretsky bridges in the Russian capital. It is known that on May 21, after Russian dictator Putin's stubborn refusal to cease fire, the Ukrainian military resumed drone strikes on Moscow. As the capital's mayor Sobyanin reported, over the last 24 hours alone, more than 61 UAVs were allegedly shot down over the region, while over 300 were shot down over the territory of the Russian Federation as a whole. Russian air defense systems shot down 105 Ukrainian drones overnight on May 22, including 35 intercepted over Moscow Oblast, the Russian Defense Ministry has claimed. Due to the drone attack, all four Moscow airports, Sheremetyevo, Vnukovo, Domodedovo and Zhukovsky, as well as airports in Tambov and Vladimir were temporarily closed. Ukraine regularly launches drone attacks against Russian military and industrial facilities in the rear to undermine Russia's ability to wage its all-out war. Moscow and surrounding regions have faced a growing number of Ukrainian drone incursions in recent weeks. While few drones appear to have reached the capital itself, their mere approach has already forced widespread disruption. Since the beginning of the year, Russian airports have been temporarily shut down at least 217 times due to drone threats. Recently, Ukrainian drones struck Russia's Bokhov semiconductor plant in Oryol Oblast, which produces parts for Sukhoi warplanes and Iskander and Kinzhal missiles. The facility provides components to at least 19 Russian factories engaged in manufacturing Sukhoi fighter jets as well as Iskander and Kinzhal ballistic missiles. In April, President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that Ukraine is ramping up drone production to the maximum. Since the start of the full-scale invasion, Ukraine has been developing and deploying technological innovations and cutting-edge unmanned systems. Both Ukraine and Russia have increasingly relied on drone warfare, using aerial, naval, and ground-based drones for reconnaissance and combat missions.